Hello and welcome to Friday Spiritual Lectures. So this past week's motto was, I withdraw my support for the patterns that no longer suit me. What does this mean? Well, imagine that in your garden there are weeds and there are flowers. Of course you want the flowers to grow. But what we end up doing by not paying attention to where we are watering or putting plant food is we feed the weeds as well as the flowers. And the weeds grow much faster than the flowers. So before long, our garden is taken over by everything we don't want. And this is what we do in our lives. We forget that we evolve. Just as life in our garden grows and changes, we also grow and change, and yet we often expect the same patterns to fit, and they don't. We might be disappointed to know that the vast majority of us keep repeating these negative patterns. Through not being conscious of our thoughts or our energy, we feed the negativity in our lives. And then we're surprised when our life is full of everything that we don't want, the good stuff buried underneath all the shit. Who do we then blame? Everyone apart from ourselves, because it's hard to take responsibility for everything that we have created for ourselves. So how do we keep feeding these patterns and actions that don't suit us? Well, first of all, we think that the changes that we need to make are going to be huge and difficult. But actually, it's often the small, subtle changes that have massive ripples of effect. It's those little thoughts that we have every day, every moment, that truly feed the energy of these patterns. You think about doing something, whatever it is, and the first thought that comes through fleetingly, so quietly that you barely hear it, but there it is. A little voice that says you'll fail, it won't work, who do you think you are? The message could be anything. But each time we think about achieving a goal, that little voice shuts us down. So often it becomes a natural part of us. We don't notice it. But when we do, that voice becomes louder and begins to fight back. We need to continue to replace that negative voice with a calm, soothing, supportive voice that helps us build the new patterns that we wish for. You can't build a new pattern while there's a voice constantly undermining you. Changing our patterns and our habits also takes resolve. We're living in an age where things happen instantly. We expect immediate results, and so we give up so easily, so readily. If we aren't free of our negativity from a week, we just stop trying, effectively saying to ourselves, you're not worth it. But you are. By uncovering your worth, you'll find the energy to keep going. Another truly powerful step we can take is to make a physical change. The way we live physically, these same routines, lead us to fall into the same patterns of thinking and therefore action. If you don't want to have a drink of alcohol, say, before night, then think about what it is that you're doing that leads you up to that step. What one step could you change that will lead you onto a new path? It really can be that simple, or it could be the people around you. All you need is the desire to break the habits that you've maintained for a lifetime. Let go of the assumption that a leopard can't change its spots. It can, and you will. It's just another false edict put out there to stop us growing into our supreme divineness. Once you become aware of what you're doing, how you're chastising yourself for simply being you, then you can begin to make the changes that will enhance every part of your life. But as long as we sit with that inner critic, with that inner voice, assuming that they're going to be with us forever, assuming that what they're saying is correct, then we will keep feeding the troll, the inner troll that we all have. Don't ever think that you're alone. Don't ever think that you're the only one. We are all in this together, and we can all rise together. It's time now to change those patterns, to become someone else, to become you. I know you have that within you. So thank you very much for joining me here today. and I look forward to welcoming you to another Friday spiritual lecture. In the meantime, I wish you the most beautiful week ahead, and I send you many light blessings. Bye-bye.